Italy won, England won, Italy win 3-2 on penalties. But before we go any further, this video is brought to you by OneFootball, the app that is free to download. The link is in the description, where you can keep up to date with everything regarding your team in the tournament. Whether it be England or Scotland or Wales or France or Spain or whoever it is that you're supporting during Euro 2020, you can keep up to date with absolutely everything regarding your team. It has team news, it has updates, it has all the gossip from inside the training camp as well. Very, very good app. Would highly recommend it. The link is in the description to go and download it. Thank you to OneFootball for sponsoring this video. Make sure you go and download the app. You really won't regret it. Let's go. Yes, people, what's going on? How'd you talk after that? Thank you to OneFootball for sponsoring the video. I hoped it was going to be a bit more upbeat, but England so close yet so far. I was in the pub, watched a game in the pub, as many people did. Of course, there's many differing opinions when you're in a pub about what should happen, what should go on, and what we should do. And it's very simple. In the game, I think we had 4 chances. Scored one of them, but all those other 3 came in the second half. We had to play our game, and we weren't allowed to do it. We played it well early doors, but the second that the Italians started getting into the game, we were done for. We were done for. They made the changes earlier than we did. We brought on 2 people for penalties that both missed, and do I want to blame Southgate for who he chose? No, I don't want to blame Southgate. The only one I would criticise him on would be Saka. It would. Let's not beat around the bush. England went 1-0 up in 2 minutes. And then we took our foot off the gas for large chunks of the game. We then conceded a goal to Bonucci, which was poor. I actually thought there was a foul in there. But regardless, it goes in, go on. 120 minutes played, can't be separated. We lose on penalties. And that's the game review, you know. The penalty shootout, Kane takes first for us. Never in doubt. Never in doubt at all. Maguire takes next, and again, I didn't think it was ever in doubt. It was a fantastic penalty from Maguire. But England have played in how many recently? 3 penalty shootouts recently that I can remember. Yeah, 3 penalty shootouts. Yeah. Jordan Pickford, fantastic goalkeeper. Rate him so highly. He gets a lot of criticism, but when he's allowed to just be a shot stopper, he's decent. And when it comes to penalties, he makes an impact. We saved twice today, twice. All it would have taken is 2 of the 3 people that missed to have scored. Didn't even need all 3. Wouldn't have even needed all 3. Saka taking 5th, I never understand. I'm never going to understand that at all. There we are. I'm never going to understand Saka taking 5th. It doesn't make sense to me. High pressure penalty, Sterling didn't take. You can't put it all on one person, but I think it's a surprise for Sterling to not take. I think it's a surprise for Jack Grealish to not take. You've brought on 2 people for penalties that you'd back, and I mean Rashford's one is abysmal. Sancho's one is poor. The moment got the better of them. You know, there's no other way you can say it. The moment got the better of them, and the people that were experienced enough to be in that moment, Raheem Sterling didn't take a penalty. Jack Grealish, he's done it for Aston Villa. Hasn't done it on an international scale yet, fine. But would have taken a penalty. Should have taken a penalty. He had to. Jordan Henderson, he missed at the World Cup. They took him off. I can understand why. I can. But he's a captain. He's a leader. You step up. Leaders make the choice to go up. And I just, you know, Harry Kane is a fantastic leader when he's scoring goals and doing that. But is he a leader on the rest of the pitch? No, not really. So where does the leadership come from? It comes from Maguire, for certain. It comes from John Stones. It comes from Pickford, to be fair. But the midfield pairing of Rice and Phillips, it hasn't got a lot of leadership in it. Yeah, they're great players. They lead by example, but it hasn't got a lot of leadership in it. Henderson came on to calm the game down. Did nothing. But still, I probably would have let him have a penalty over bringing on Jadon Sancho specifically. But Sterling, that's the one I'm gonna it's not pointing the finger at, but ask questions about, that's the right phrase, is Sterling, who's been golden boy all tournament, you know, and rightfully so. He's been good. He's been great, actually. Scoring goals, getting involved, doing what he does best, finding the back of the net. No problem with that. But you've got in-form Sterling not selected in the 5. Now, we'll never know if Sterling was said, I didn't want to take one. If Sterling was injured, we don't know that. I don't know this at the time of recording. It might come out afterwards, I don't know. But it seems very bizarre for me to not have Grealish and Sterling taking penalties. It seems bizarre. I actually, you know, it seems bizarre that you've got Harry Maguire taking a penalty ahead of the rest of them. They took off Kyle Walker. Kyle Walker's going to hit a ball. And neither Sancho, Saka or Rashford hit a ball. And the ones that beat Donnarumma were the ones that were hit. He's a good goalkeeper, Donnarumma. 22 years of age. Fantastic goalkeeper. Big goalkeeper. He's going to save a penalty, and he did. He saved 3. He saved 3 penalties. Well, I'm sorry. He saved 2. Rashford fucked it. I could sit here and moan all night, and I really could. It's been an awful night. It has. There's no other way to say it. But as long as you learn something from this, 2018 World Cup, stupidly lost the semi-final. Should have won it. We'd have been battered in the final by France, if I'm completely honest. We would have been annihilated. Would have been way too soon. We exerted way too much energy getting to where we did in that tournament. But this time we learned. We learned. We didn't care about playing pretty football. We kept the ball. We wound the clock down, and we were professional. All tournament, we were professional, and we've been brilliant. I really, really rate it so highly, and I'm very proud of the performances that we've put in. But if you can learn this now, I mean, Saka, I think he's 19. 18 months' time is the next World Cup in Qatar. Stupid time, but there we are. Might even be Nations League next. I don't know. I can't remember. But regardless, we have... No, I don't think it is. Anyway, we have... It's irritating. We have 18 months to get the players like Foden, who had an underproductive tournament. Mason Mount, who I even think had an underproductive tournament. A lot of energy, a lot of work rate, but he wouldn't say he was up there, and I think we all agree that he wasn't, and he'll know that as well. Didn't have the impact that I know he can. Saka had a meh tournament, obviously missed today. Sancho, big money move to Man United. Did that play on his mind? I don't know. I don't really care. This is professional football. Get on with it. Marcus Rashford. We're a young team. And we've just taken mighty old Italy, that have been there and done it before, to a penalty shootout. We conceded 2 goals all tournament. The strength of this team is in its defence. Exactly the same as Italy's is. Exactly the same as Italy's is. Their strength is in the defence. Chiellini is 36. I think Bonucci's 35. Might even both be 36. They'll retire. They will retire from international football. How do you peak that? How do you peak on your last ever game winning a major trophy on penalties? How do you beat that at Wembley, the home of football? How do you beat that? They'll retire, and if they don't, they're mad. They're absolutely mad. I wouldn't blame them. I did the same thing. Go out on a massive high. Same thing I'd have respected Ronaldo if he'd have done it, honestly, when they won the Euros 5 years ago. He's never going to do it. It's too early, but I could have understood if he did it. Same with Messi. I can understand if he went out after winning the Copa America. But this is the young team. If we can continue to build it off the basis of a good defence, our forwards all tournament have let us down. They have let us down. Kane is good, but he needs to get in the box more. I could really go into it, but I don't want to. It's late at night, and I don't want to do it. Kane has been meh all tournament. He's done some great things, done some poor things. Sterling scores tap-ins. Nothing wrong with it, but, you know, papers over a lot of cracks, I feel. Sancho and Saka, neither of them have really got into the game. And the midfield pairing of Rice and Phillips is good, and it keeps the ball, but is it going to win you the game by itself? Is it going to create and spark something, you know, magical? No. But regardless, we've built off a solid defence and a lot of young forwards. Kane's the exception, but a lot of young forwards. This group will be together for years to come. If you can learn off this today, learn off the shit that it was. It's an awful feeling. I'm hurting. Everyone in the stadium's hurting. People that paid thousands and thousands of pounds to go and watch their team all throughout the tournament. It's not something I can do. Oh, there we are. I don't know if you heard me or not. It's not something I can do, spend thousands and thousands of pounds to go and watch my country. But if you can learn off it, you've got a chance. World Cup, it's going to be hot in Qatar. Could that come into our favour? I don't know, I've got no idea. But you've got to believe you can. You've got to believe. Well done to the Italians. I've won 80 quid. I backed them from the word go. I watched them play one game against Turkey. They annihilated them. I thought they were brilliant. And I think they've actually slowed down towards the end of the tournament, which is what makes this result so annoying. But I'd have given all that 80 quid away for England to have won it. Damn fucking right I would have. The vlog's going to come out. I've had a great day up at Wembley. I've had a shit day in the pub. There's nothing more I can say. Thanks for watching. Football's not coming home just yet.